Okay, we're a little late, but let's go ahead and call our meeting to order and start the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now I'll look for a motion to approve the amended agenda. The good faith reason we amended it today was there was a addition to the consent agenda for FFA function that was canceled because of COVID, but then has been opened back up. So we added it to the agenda today so we could get those FFA kids out there. So if we can get a motion to approve the amended agenda.
I make a motion to approve the amended agenda.
I second it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. For a motion for the consent agenda?
I move to approve the consent agenda.
Second it.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Moving to reports.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just want to take a few minutes to update the board on a few different areas that we're currently working on. As you know, the budget has really taken our main focus these last couple of weeks. We've had lots of meetings with building administrators, directors, and included the MEA in those meetings as well, where we have discussed and determined the best places for us to cut expenditures in this next fiscal year. We anticipate those meetings are going to be continuing over the next few weeks until our work there is done. We're also currently working on our district reopening plan for COVID-19. We have started drafting plans in some areas, but we're waiting for state guidance and others. There is currently a state committee that is working on district reopening plans. They plan to have their work completed by the end of June, and so that will allow us to kind of then firm up our plans. Once our district plan is complete, we'll move into building level plans with our building administrators, hoping to have those plans finalized and out to the community mid-July. As part of those plans, I don't know if you guys remember on our last survey, it was actually sent out about the 4-day week, but there was a part 2 question on it about how comfortable families were sending their children back to school in light of the COVID situation this fall. We had about 20% indicated that they were not committing to returning their kids this fall. So included in that plan, we are trying to come up with some online options available for students so that we don't lose that ADA and are able to keep those kids enrolled. We are feverishly working through policy right now. We plan to bring recommendations to the board at the July meeting. We have a committee of 11 employees that actually met for the first time today. We have started our work in the 5,000 section, which is personnel. We're meeting every Tuesday for the next several weeks, for quite a long time, to accomplish what we need to do on policy work. We're hoping to have the 5,000 section in its entirety recommended for first reading at the July meeting. Negotiations are continuing, as are the plans for the 4-day week. We have a negotiations meeting tomorrow morning at 10. Our district leads were working on pacing schedules the tail end of last week for the new 4-day school week. And I think the only other thing I was just going to mention that was in the future, instead of having just a standing superintendent report, we're going to be working on a district-wide written report that everybody's contributing to, and it will be part of the assembly packet. So you guys have it well in advance, and you kind of get a good scope of everything going on.
Thank you.
So that report will be free form or a composition from each different group, or
No,
what do
so
we?
there will be a template that everybody contributes to. That will just be a Google Doc, so it's a running document all month long. People can contribute whenever they want. There will be a cutoff date, and then we will add it to assembly.
Okay, so kind of a team report.
Mhm.
Very nice.
I like it.
Yep.
Well, Chris, I'd be remiss if I didn't say thank you for stepping up at this time. I thank you to all the team for doing it. I think if we look at where we are right now, year over last year, we're actually in a pretty good place. So we have a team assembled, we're going forward. So I don't think we need to get lost in where we are in the moment if we compare ourselves to a short term. If we look at the long term, year over year, where we stand, our district's in a good place. We appreciate you stepping up. I think we're going to be okay going forward. Thank you. Next item, it's actually been on the agenda for a little bit. I wanted to talk about ISBA training and code of ethics. I wanted to make it clear that it's not law that we have to sign the code of ethics, but our code of ethics, we still have to follow the code of ethics, and it's expressed by our oath that we take. And that when we swear in new trustees or the beginning of our new year, that we will offer that code of ethics to everybody to sign. It'll be on the record whether you signed or didn't sign. So it'll be a public document. It doesn't change it, that if you don't sign it, we're still bound by the oath we take. So I was talking to the ISBA about that, a couple other people. I also think it would be advisable for us to look at ISBA training. I know I've been to a couple, I know you've been to more. They'll come to Middleton for us. They've also offered to do some trainings. They gave me some dates that if they would, that we would consider that people that were looking at becoming trustees could actually come to the training before application deadline closed. So they would be willing to do training for a room full of people to learn about what trustees do, where governing is, and they thought that was a good idea as well to train prospective trustees. So they got to feel, is that really something I want to do or not? So they've given us a couple of dates. So we'll kind of look at what our summer looks like. And like I said, they'll come to Middleton and train, not only us, but prospective trustees as well. So that invitation's been extended to us by them. So more news on that as it comes. So perfect.
That'd be great.
Next up, action items. 7A, look for a motion to accept the resignation of Trustwell Blackwell.
I move to accept action item 7A, accept resignation of trustee Mary Ann Blackwell.
I second it.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Next up is action item 7B, accept the resignation of trustee Miller.
I make a motion to accept action 7B, accept resignation of trustee Briggs Miller.
I second it.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Next up, action 7C, declaration of vacancy of trustees for zone 3 and 4. Take that motion and then have some discussion.
So I move to declare a vacancy for trustees zone 3 and 4.
Is there a second?
Second it.
So we have up to 90 days to fill the vacancy. Seems like we probably want to do it quicker than that. We look at our calendar. If we want to, trainings that are available for those guys, or they could come in July 7th, the 27th to the 28th. I don't know if any of those dates might work for you guys.
The 27th or 28th would be better for me, but I could also make the 7th work.
I can make the 7th work. I'm out the full week of the 27th.
The 7th works better for me.
Okay, well, let's do that. I can make that work. Yeah.
So then if we declare.
So is that when they would become, is that the date they become available, or that's just the date we're declaring them open now?
Yeah, we're open. We declare them open now.
And
And
then,
then the 7th, we could offer training for everybody, and then we would close it in 30 days, or
at the end of July, maybe?
end of July might make sense.
That's 3 weeks after the training.
That gets everybody. So then we have to have an interview.
We have to post.
We need to post the vacancies, we have to publish the vacancies. So, you know, you can't, if we get it done right away, and hopefully get any, applicants by then. We just have to make sure that we leave it open.
Long enough, right? So
Did they have any available to do anything in August? Like, I don't know if we want to wait that long, but do you think people would be ready to decide if they wanted to run on the 7th? Do you think that's too early?
I think people have been thinking about it.
Okay,
Indication in my email, and there's interest, I think.
okay,
So
okay.
then we back into, we have to swear them in on a regularly scheduled meeting. So that would either, if we do that for August, then we.
So that'd be August
So
10th.
when do we interview though? Or
Before
At that
then.
same meeting or at a
Before- no,
different, a special
before.
meeting?
before the 10th?
Special meeting, and then swear them in at the regular meeting. That's how we've been doing it, is we have a special interview process, and then the next regular scheduled meeting, we have a swearing in. So we're August. Are we the 10th?
Second Monday.
The 10th is the second Monday in August.
Do we want to do, is anybody around that first week?
I'm gone. I'm gone from 27th through the 8th.
You could do your interviews at the regular meeting and then have a special meeting for the swearing in.
They have to be sworn in at a regular
Oh, it
meeting.
does have to be, so
Yep.
September.
Well, if we swarm in September, does that fit that 90-day? They have to be sworn in within 90 days or selected within 90 days?
Yeah, they have to be appointed within 90
90
days
days.
or the county can appoint.
Can appoint.
Yeah.
June, July, or
So August works, or September still works, right? This is June to July, July to August. Yep, as long as it's.
So if we just did interviews and made the selection on the 10th of August and then swear them in, they get sworn in not till the 14th of September because of how the dates fall. Can someone count those days?
Give us 90 days. So we,
Unless we get enough candidates, so you could have a special meeting somewhere between the 7th and the.
Well, I don't think we'll have them that fast because Derek's going to be out of town. Well, Derek will be out of town the end of July, beginning of August.
I'm going salmon fishing somewhere in there, so I've got a week.
I think if we could keep it to those regular meetings, that'd be better as long as it falls within that 90-day instead of calling a special meeting for
I
it.
agree.
I agree.
You guys okay with
Yeah, I
that?
agree.
And then before they just wrote a letter of intent, there was no form or anything.
Yeah, we have a letter of intent.
Right.
Okay. So will that all be posted in the instructions, Gina or Cheryl, Kristen? Okay. And then we can-
They'll apply through the.
And then can we add, just make sure we add those dates of the training on July 7th and then the date, when will the date close? August 10th, that date? Or will it close at the end of July?
Yeah, you'll have to make the 7th optional, I think.
Oh,
Right.
that's optional.
Yeah, the 7th is optional, but I just wanted that
Yep, it's not
information
required.
out there to say if they're available to attend training, we'll do it on the 7th.
So today, so 30.
We might as well close it the 31st.
Yeah,
That's the week before the
Yeah,
meeting.
we're really close to. Is exactly 90.
That September meeting is exactly 90. So does exactly,
Today.
okay, so does that work?
Mhm.
Okay.
It does. Now,
September
on
meeting
July-
would be when?
September
The
14th.
14th.
September.
Yep.
Okay.
So. could you-
What date is the July meeting again?
The 27th,
The 27th.
could you interview then? No, you're.
Derek's gonna be gone.
Yeah, I'm,
Derek?
yes, I'm not here.
Okay.
I mean, I could be by phone, but I can't be here physically.
Which do we have to have him
The
to,
20th?
You can interview by phone.
oh no, I know, not interview. I
We
meant
have a special meeting for interviews.
vote budget.
Hold on a second here.
To
Just a
vote to
second.
approve the budget.
Yeah, I would want to join.
Tentative, yes, the 20th. I think I can do. Yeah,
So,
So let's,
so what are you thinking?
well, if we get it posted, we get it published right away.
Yeah.
We need to look at the newspaper dates, get it published, post the positions. To see how many, applicants. So, and then, leave it a little loose to schedule us, if we have applicants,
Yeah.
to schedule a special meeting the week of July 20th, to be sworn in at a regular meeting on the 10th, or worst case, at a regular meeting in September, which is,
So it just gives us leeway.
it does. It
Okay,
just gives
I
us a
see.
little bit
Okay.
of flexibility.
so
We'll just
have,
keep communicating and
Yeah.
see what we get for applicants. And
Yeah, agreed.
okay, so can someone clarify what the final plan is for dates? I'm good with whatever.
Well, we're gonna, just for tonight, we're gonna declare the vacancy,
Okay,
with optional training on the 7th
okay,
and possible interviews on the 20th.
so close applications on the 20th, close applications on the 18th,
I'd close them on the 17th. It's a busy-
Friday,
Friday.
okay. That sounds good.
Or technically we could do, if the 20th does not work, the 21st or 22nd, because it's going to be a special meeting anyway.
Right.
So it's just whatever it within that week sometime.
Okay.
If we, as we get closer.
Okay,
Does that sound right?
What was the closure?
And we'll see at what date we can get it published,
July
Yeah.
and then we'll give them 2 weeks. And
Yeah.
we'll try to get. So. Yeah, I'll probably give them a bonus month if we leave applications open through July 17th. That's-
Yeah.
Depending on when, but
Today's the 16th, so that's 30 days,
okay,
roughly.
So the motion on the floor is to declare the vacancies for trustees zone 3 and 4.
Yep.
Any more discussion? All those in favor say aye.
I,
All right.
Aye. Motion passes. Next agenda item is, action item is 7D. Approve the 4-day school calendar. Do we have a tweak that,
Yeah, so one very small tweak in the previous calendar that we brought to you, we had MLK Day, a day of school, and in light of recent events, we thought maybe that was something we should observe, so we're now requesting to have MLK be a day of no school.
have a motion?
I make a motion to approve the 2021 4-day school calendar.
I second it.
Any discussion? Thank you. All those in favor say aye.
I,
All right.
Aye. Motion passes. Looks like we need a motion to go into executive session.
I make a motion to go into executive session per Idaho Code 74-206 subsection A to consider hiring a public officer, employee, staff member, or individual agent wherein the respective qualities of individuals are to be evaluated in order to fill a particular vacancy or need. This paragraph does not apply to filling a vacancy in elected office or deliberations about staffing needs in general. And subsection B, to consider the evaluation, dismissal, or disciplining of, or to hear complaints or charges brought against a public officer, employee, staff member, or individual agent or public school student.
Second,
I second it.
roll call vote to go in.
Trustee Moore,
Yes.
trustee McConkey,
Yes.
trustee Adams.
Yes. We're now in executive session. All right, we come back from executive session.
Need a motion to come out?
Guess we need a motion to come out of executive session.
I'll move to come out of executive session.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Looking for actions that, coming out of executive session, looking for motion?
Following the appointment of Kristen Beck at our last meeting as interim superintendent, I would like to make a motion to offer a 1-year interim superintendent contract to begin on July 1st and end June 30th of 2021, to begin July 1st, 2020 and end June 30th, 2021, and for Trustee Moore to negotiate the benefit package.
Is there a second?
I second it.
Any discussion?
I think that Kristen, actually, I know that Kristen's very qualified to move our district forward. We've seen in the last 2 weeks, tons of forward movement. They're working on policy, which we haven't done for a year. They're taking on hard conversations about the budget. She's a great team player. She's working well with all of our administrators. And I think that she's in the best place to move our district forward this next year.
I agree. I have the utmost confidence in Kristen as our superintendent going forward, as well as her team and our team to get us where we need to be for this upcoming year.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Motion carries. Motion to adjourn.
I move to adjourn.
Second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. We're adjourned.